Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Ooh, wrong layout. How is everyone doing? Oops, wrong again. Hello, hello. All right, I think we got that working now. How is everyone doing? Did you sail this week? How is your windsurfing life? What is going on? I am still in Germany. I did not get windsurfing this week. I decided instead to spend the time getting ready for the upcoming masterclass in Denmark, and I'm very excited for it. I love Denmark, getting ready to go up. There's one spot that freed up, so if you want to join us, let me know. You can apply. There's a form, but it's a great group. I'm fine if it stays like this. So there's one spot which maybe I'll end up opening that up, but maybe not. But if you are interested, it is a great experience, and I do recommend joining because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of learning. These master classes, they're intended to help show you lots of different little ways that you can improve your windsurfing life and make windsurfing more fun, have things to work on for the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and carry it with you. So there's a lot of fine tuning, but also a lot of painting with broad strokes. There's too much to cover. In a week, it's a lot of information and a lot of fun. The social experience is also really not to be underplayed because windsurfing is often a very individual sport, and so it's really valuable to have that community aspect. Um, this video that's playing here is from one of my last Maui sessions, and this is the end of the session. This is right before I came in, and you can see that I'm falling a lot more. And I think that it's important to be conscious of your sailing and when you need to take a break. And if you're falling a lot or not doing what you want to be doing, instead of reinforcing those bad habits, it can be really good instead just to come into the beach, have a break, have something to drink, have a little snack, and then get back on the water or be done for the day, save your energy for the next day, whatever it is. But instead of reinforcing bad habits, getting frustrated, it's better to come in. It's better to come in. All right, let's see who's in the chat. We've got Jorg in the chat. Jorg is going to be in Denmark. We got Ragnar in the chat. Ragnar is going to be in Denmark. Hello, hello. You guys have been on the water. Love it. Awesome. Getting ready for the master class. We got Max in the chat. Hello, Max. Still getting stuck on the tacks, falling forward, stuck in front of the mast. Chris is saying, how do we sign in on Facebook? Chris, I'm not sure what you mean by signing in on Facebook. So Facebook changed their system of how I can live stream. And so the live streams are now only on YouTube, and I post the video in the Facebook group, but I can't live stream directly into the Facebook group anymore. Or maybe it changed back. I'll have to research it, but I used to be able to live stream straight into the Facebook group, but then Facebook changed the settings, and that's no longer possible. These platforms are great. I'm really happy with Facebook and what we have with the community, but they can also change how they work just like that, and then we've got to adapt. Okay, so Max said he's getting stuck on his tacks, falling forward, stuck in front of the mast. So Max, I would say go back to the lessons from the Fast Tack Secrets course, really work on your pirouette and your inner ballerina. Make sure your hips are into the mast and that your footwork, your shimmy shuffle is on point. And then if all of those are on point, make sure that you're opening the door. A problem is that if you're not opening the door, there's no room for your body to go around the front of the mast, and that forces your body more towards the nose of the board, and then you get stuck there. And then also closing the door, moving that mask across the center line of the board. It's also really important to make the space for your body. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about and you want to, you can sign up for the Fast Tack Secret course, which Max went through. I think Max went through the first one that we did, and it is on my.windsurfingmasterclass.com, or you can get there through windsurfingmasterclass.com as well. And I'm going to be doing some more Zooms for all of the courses, for the Shove It course, Tack course, all of the above. So if you're in those courses, look out for my emails. And if you want some coaching, group coaching, video coaching, all of that stuff, want me to review your stuff on a Zoom call, now is a good time to sign up for the Tack course and the Shove It course. You can also do private coaching too, but those courses are tried and true. All right, we've got my program here is a little bit laggy. We got Harold in the chat who said he missed the stronger winds in the morning. He arrived too late. Yeah, it happens. But he saw his son progressing, planing. That is awesome. That's got to be a good feeling. So as Chris says, we got to watch on YouTube. Rocky says he had 3 awesome days in the water, but then broke his little toe. Ouch. I broke my little toe once. Was very painful. I was still able to get on the water, and actually, I did take some time off the water, maybe a couple weeks. But as long as you're not continually re-injuring it, it should heal. We got Axel in the chat. Hello, hello. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm getting an indication that my internet isn't very strong today. The German internet is surprisingly bad. It's not what you think it would be. Here's the video that we watched at the beginning. There might be something in here that's interesting to talk about. I think it's interesting to try new moves, try old moves. This is a move that I used to do more often when I was younger, and it's really fun. And so trying to get back into it again, pushing myself, and I was doing the one-handed cheese rolls and some one-handed push loops. The other point I made for those of you who are just joining us is to really pay attention to your session. If you start to fall, it's better to come in and have a break rather than start teaching yourself bad habits. Now, falling is learning, so it is important to fall, but there's a kind of falling where your body's tired, your mind is tired, and you're just not working very well. And it's important to be aware of those differences. There's falling where you're learning, and then falling where your body and mind are tired, and you need a break, time to freshen up. So this is an example where I can tell that I'm tired. This is the end of my session, and so I'm getting the cues that it's about time to come in. There's one more thing I want to show you guys, and then I'll throw up the Facebook group. Yeah, so then I was also working on the one-hand push loops. I saw Philip Costa do one in the competition in Pozo where he grabbed his tail. I thought, oh, that's cool. So started trying to grab my tail on the push loops. It was fun to be learning new things. Now I've got a little bit of a break from learning, and then I'll be going up to Denmark and learning with all the people on the masterclass. Woo, that one I over-rotated a bit. All right, I'm going to load up the Facebook group. I hope you guys can all see everything. A little bit worried because I'm getting the indicator that the internet's not great. We've got Suna in the chat. Suna says he had 2 great sessions this week. Friday was epic, 3-4 and mast high. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Denmark, Suna. All right. Oop. There's something kind of weird with my program today. Let's see if it'll switch formats. You guys don't want to see my big face. We want to see the Facebook group. All right, this will have to do. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, we have a post first from Mattis, and he says that he is going back to Ireland next month and looking for ways to improve his wave riding. Do you have some key tips to connect better with the breaking part of the wave? Looks like he's turning too early and he finds it difficult to connect the bottom and top turn. Maybe it's because his angle is not vertical enough. First of the three of the videos are from a very windy onshore day. He damaged his quad and switched to a thruster. Both spots are in Ireland. All right, let's check it out. Let's make it full screen. Boom, beautiful. Okay, so this is kind of a one-turn wave. So we're going a little bit late here. Also, our timing, our placement, it's hard for me to tell how this spot normally sets up. I haven't windsurfed here myself. It might be that you'll find it easier to get the timing right if you start on this part of the wave. And so then you're starting where the wave is breaking. I mean, the wave is breaking first here, but it very similar time to here. And so you're picking up more speed, more energy. This is a good solid power source. And then maybe you end up aiming for the same spot and you're doing a much tighter bottom turn, but you'll have a lot more power and control because you started where there was more power. And so you have more speed. Naturally, you don't need to generate that speed with your sail and you're not losing as much speed. It also might mean that you end up doing your cutback a little bit farther down the line, and that might not be worth it. So if you can't do a narrower bottom turn, it might not be worth it because then the wave sort of peters out. Video is not playing. Ay, ay, ay. We can't see the Facebook screen. All right, something is glitchy with the program that I use. Let's see. Let's try it again. I can change my position. All right, now you guys can see the screen. I can change my position. The internet here in suburban Germany is really lacking. All right, let's see if the video will play. Does the video play? Let's move on to the second video. So you guys have to let me know if the video plays. Oh, this is a photo sequence. So if it looks laggy, that's because it's a photo sequence. It's not a video. So here you are doing a tighter bottom turn, but we're still ending up getting to the lip a little bit too late. Now it's gone again. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again, okay? I'm not going to make it full screen. Maybe that was messing it up. Hopefully you can see it like this, even though it's small. So you guys let me know if this is working. I don't know what is going on. I'm doing the same thing I always do. It could just be a lag in the internet. So similar issue with both these waves where you end up too late. And so you're missing the meat of the section. Let's watch the third one. Oh, I went back full screen. Hopefully this is working. Here, we're gonna watch it like this because I'm worried that the other one's not working. So here you're getting two turns. The other waves look more like one-turn waves. So this is a good example of a corner pocket section. So these sections are what I recommend going for when you're trying to get into off the lips. And so it's the section that's coming towards you. It's the corner pocket. It's great to get your timing right. Let's see if you can line up the timing here on this wave. Here we come into the corner pocket, into the corner pocket. Are we going to make it work? I love these corner pocket sections because you can do so many things wrong and still get the timing right as long as you're aiming for that section. And that's exactly what happens here. Not that you're doing so many things wrong, but you really do get the timing right, right? And that makes this nice, snappy turn. You're getting that high five. You're getting the bottom of the board placed so that the whitewater is hitting it directly. You're getting that high five, getting some tail out of the water. You're getting maybe a little bit too much tail throw. Looks like you might not make the cutback. But I will say, and this is really important, it is more important to judge your wave rides not by how many times you don't fall, but by how many times you go for it. And this definitely counts as going for it. So this is a success. This is a win, 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 win. But it looked like the setup for the wave made it a lot easier. Here we have the fourth video. Again, we're having a similar setup where you have that high five on the corner pocket section, and it's working really well. These sections are great. These are the best sections for learning how to do off the lips. Really, they're like magic. You just have to aim for those sections. So this is another example of that corner pocket section. And so what I see here is that we've got an issue with the face turns or the kinds of turns that you're doing where you're not going into the section. Now, this wave is a heavier wave. This might be too difficult to do a high five on the corner pocket. Now, this video looks kind of blurry. You guys might not be able to see it very well. It's probably my internet. I'm sorry. So my main advice, Mattis, is 2 points. 2 points. And it all has to do with timing. It all has to do with timing. The first is you want to make sure that when you can, you're looking for that corner pocket section that's coming towards you, because that works really well for you. And you're going to get more off the lips. You're going to have more fun. Everything's going to work well. But you also should be working on those face turns. And it's going to be a different feeling. You're not going to have that same bash against the lip. You're going to have to go a lot earlier, and it's going to be a more carving feel on the heels, the board carving around in a half circle. And so for those turns, you have to go earlier and err on the side of too early and then start going later and later, dialing it back more and more. So the two key things to work on your Irish sessions. The first is to really seek out those corner pocket sections because they work well for you. They work well for everyone. It's a cheat hack. It's one of the best things you can do if you want to just have snappy off the lip wave riding is look for those corner pocket sections. And then the second thing is to focus on getting some in the face carving cutbacks, but going earlier and starting where there's a power source might help you. Like in that first wave, it looked like we needed to be more on the power source, but you don't want to wait until it starts breaking where you are for those waves. You're going to have to go a little bit earlier, but still starting where there is power, even if the wave isn't breaking, is going to give you more speed and control. All right. Next up, we've got a post from Chris about forward loops, and he talks about his mantra where he shouts out loud, off high cheek. Now, anyone who's done a course with me knows that I am a big fan of key images, and I love mantras and other devices to help you remember what you need to do and also to get in your body. And now, in my courses, if you've taken some of the courses, there are a lot of kind of silly names or sing-songy names like the shimmy shuffle, or we say get low before you go, or the high five. But the reason for those names is it makes it really easy to have a single flashy word that internalizes the concept so that you can remember it in the moment. And then also to make it kind of rhymey, sing-songy, kind of fun, it helps you to have something that's verbal, but not being too far in the left side of your brain. So you're still creative and flowing and physical in the right side of the brain without being too verbal, too logical. So I think mantras like this are great. And so I provide a lot in the courses that I teach, but if you come up with your own, it's also great. So I really, really encourage that. I like that, Chris, that you're shouting it out loud. And that might sound silly if you've never tried it, but I recommend trying it. Something like, if you're working on your tacks, you need to close the door, you can shout, close the door as you're moving your arm through the tack. It's something that can really help break patterns and get you doing new movements. So this is cool. This is interesting for forwards. Something that you see here in this picture is this pushing the sail above the boom. I call it small to tall to ball, tucking up. This is touching the cheek to the backhand. So these are the key images that are really powerful for Chris, and I understand them. I think it's pretty cool. All right, next up, we have a video. How does this work? Why does this look so weird? All right. Awesome. Speaking of forward loops, here's some forward loops. Oh, I just paused it now. It's not playing again. Paul, this looks good. I guess I have to close out of it and play it again. All right. This looks good. The way this player is, it's hard for me to go through it frame by frame. So my analysis is going to be more general rather than freezing it. But it's solid. You could get a little bit more rotation and it will be more comfortable by looking back more. But this is a solid forward. It looks like the wind is pretty light. You're on a big sail. That makes it harder to get all of the rotation. Throwing it up, getting the nose downwind, sheeting in. You could sheet in harder and look more over your back shoulder, and that will make the rotational just a little bit snappier. You'll land more on your board rather than your body. Yeah, just reading what you're saying. Yeah, I think this is solid. I mean, I think the thing I would work on, especially now that you've got the rotation, is you can go more upwind. You don't have to go as downwind, especially when the wind is lighter. So when the wind is lighter, you can go more upwind on the rotation. Going downwind when it's windy can be a good technique because then you don't have so much power in the sail. But when it's light wind, sometimes you need a little bit of extra push that you get when you have a more upwind angle. So that could help to get you more rotation, but also just sheeting in harder and looking more with the head. Really think about torquing that sail around, and that will get you more rotation. Like here, we can show, I think there's a forward in here from me, and you can see just how much I torque it. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Maybe here. Yeah. So like throwing the sail up above the head and then really pulling in so hard and looking over that shoulder to get the snappy rotation. Show that again. Yeah, so really pulling that sail. So pushing the sail forward and then really pulling it and looking hard with that head and pulling super hard with the backhand from the beginning to the end. All right, guys. I think we are caught up. I'm worried my internet is failing. If I miss something, let me know and we'll get to it next week, Sunday. Looks like there's a spot that opened up for Denmark. I'm not stressed about getting it filled. We've got a great group already. But if you think you'd be a good fit, let me know. It's a lot of fun up there. And yeah, maybe that spot is for you. Maybe it's meant to be, fated. Anyway, I am getting ready for that masterclass in Denmark, so I probably won't be on the water this week, but I am looking forward to getting on the water in Denmark. I wish you all a windy week. I will see you next week, Sunday, hopefully with a better internet connection. Sorry, this one is failing us. Take care. Good windy week. See you in the Facebook group. Goodbye.